Welcome, everyone. Let's start by picturing a very familiar scene. It happens in millions of homes, perhaps every Friday or during family holidays. It begins with a wonderful gathering and an irresistible aroma filling the air, the smell of a magnificent seafood feast. Everyone eats with passion. Fried fish, grilled fish, shrimp, and of course, that savory brown rice and salads. You feel happy and satisfied. You wash your hands, sit down to relax on the couch, and think the event is over. But that is when the real battle begins. 30 minutes later, you feel a strange dryness in your throat. You drink a glass of water. You feel relieved for a moment. 10 minutes pass, and the feeling returns, as if you never drank a drop. You keep drinking water all day long. And if this meal was dinner, you might wake up in the middle of the night feeling like you've been lost in the Sahara Desert for 3 days. The question here, which has probably crossed your mind while reaching for your 4th bottle of water, is why fish specifically? Why doesn't this happen with chicken, steak, or even pizza to this violent extent? Is it because the fish lived in water, so it misses it while in our stomachs? Or is there a mysterious chemical and biological secret happening inside our bodies at that exact moment? In the next few minutes, we are going to dive deep. First into the body of the fish, and then into your digestive system, to solve this puzzle and find out who is the real culprit behind this unquenchable thirst. Let's start from the beginning, before the fish even reaches the kitchen. The first suspect in our case is biology, specifically the nature of freshwater fish, like tilapia and others found in rivers. Imagine this. The fish lives in a river where the water is fresh, meaning it has low salinity. However, for the fish to stay alive, its internal tissues and cells must maintain a specific salt balance and pressure. Here, the fish faces a physical challenge known as osmotic pressure. To put it simply, water naturally loves to travel from areas of low salt concentration to areas of high salt concentration to balance the scales. Since the inside of the fish is saltier than the river water is constantly trying to flood into the fish's body. To resist this and create balance, the fish's gills and kidneys perform complex operations to absorb salts from the surrounding water and store them inside its tissues. The result? The meat of river fish is naturally salted. Studies suggest that the tissues of these fish can be 18 to 20 times saltier than the water they swim in. This means that when you eat a piece of raw fish, you are already introducing a very respectable amount of sodium into your body, even before the chef adds a single touch. So, we start the meal with a significant balance of salt naturally stored in the fibers we are about to eat. Now, let's move from the river to the kitchen. And this is where the second disaster strikes. The problem with fish meat is that its flavor is delicate and mild, and it can sometimes taste a bit fishy if not seasoned well. Therefore, our culinary culture relies on a golden rule. Fish loves lemon, cumin, and lots of salt. Nobody marinates fish with just a light sprinkle of salt. The fish is usually stuffed with a mixture of garlic, salt, and spices. If it's grilled, we sprinkle it with a seasoning mix full of salt and chili. If it's fried, it's marinated before frying and dusted with cumin and salt after. And let's be honest, do we eat the fish alone? Impossible. There are the side dishes. The brown sayadilla rice. It's full of salt and stock to give it that rich taste. The tahini salad, salt and vinegar. The pickles and marinated eggplant. These are basically ticking sodium time bombs. In this meal, you are not just consuming protein, you are entering a marathon to raise the sodium levels in your blood. Nutritional studies indicate that a heavy seafood meal alone can cover 50% or more of your daily salt requirement. Once all this salt enters your stomach and is absorbed into the blood, the body goes into high alert. The concentration of salts spikes suddenly, and the brain sends an emergency signal. Cells are shrinking due to osmotic pressure. We need water immediately to dilute this saline solution. And that is when your journey to the water bottle begins. You might say to me, "My friend, I eat fast food full of salt, and I don't get thirsty in this hysterical way that happens with fish." And here we arrive at the most important point, the hidden scientific reason that many overlook. The secret lies in the meat texture itself. Have you noticed the difference between chewing a piece of beef and chewing a piece of fish? Red meat contains strong connective tissues and collagen, which makes it tough and requires a long time in the stomach to break down and digest. A heavy meat meal might stay in your stomach for 4 to 5 hours, being digested. So, is the solution to stop eating fish? Of course not. Fish is one of the healthiest foods for the heart and brain, but we can outsmart this thirst. Here is the counterattack plan. First, drink water before the battle, not during. Try drinking 2 large glasses of water half an hour before eating. This prehydrates your body and prepares it to handle the incoming salt load. Second, the secret weapon, potassium. Remember this rule. Sodium holds onto water and makes you thirsty. Potassium expels sodium and balances the pressure. Don't let your table rely only on pickles. Make arugula, rocket leaves, a main guest, or finish your meal with potassium-rich fruit like bananas or cantaloupe. Potassium will help your kidneys get rid of excess salt quickly and calm the thirst. Third, lemon is your friend. Lemon isn't just for flavor. It stimulates the salivary glands and prevents that annoying dry mouth feeling that tricks you into thinking you are thirsty even if you aren't. Fourth and finally, avoid tea and soda immediately after eating. We know that a cup of strong tea after fish is a sacred habit for many, but tea, caffeine, and sugar are diuretics, meaning they expel water from your body at a time when you desperately need every drop. Next time you enjoy a fish feast, remember these tips and enjoy your meal without waking up in the middle of the night looking for an oasis. Thank you for listening. Stay healthy, stay well, and stay hydrated.